Anyways, like I don't, I they might have just been experimenting with it as a whole for the caseless stuff, and then if it worked, like use it in other branches or something. Like that might not have been the seal model that they were really experimenting for.
Probably someone just probably thought, "Wow, this is a really really simple submachine gun to work with. Let's try the caseless stuff here because it's. I mean, the gun is this. It's just a tube and a spring. You know, it's there's nothing there. You don't have to worry about anything else. You just gotta make the electricity thing work." They're supposedly very nice guns. The Carter Gustavs. I don't know about the M76s, but I would guess they're the same. You know. So I bought a light and laser for my pistol for $16 shipped. So I'm gonna, yeah, it's not really. It's like I think it's like some airsoft shit. It's from China. I just want to try it out before I actually go and spend like I don't know hundreds of dollars on a light, and like I want to see if it's not too bulky for me and if I really feel that it's useful before I spend $200 or $300 on one. You know what I mean? So I'm taking that approach because I mean it's $16. Shit, who cares, right?
60 or 16?
1.6.
Oh yeah, that's gonna definitely be crude.
Yeah, but I just want to get a feel for it to see if like if I'm interested or not.
I'd recommend playing around with it dry firing because it probably won't live up to much abuse when you actually start, live fire.
Oh yeah, it might fall apart when I start live firing it. Then again, I might just like get another one if it does. Okay, that's the thing though. Who cares? You know, it's basically the price of like a meal at a semi decent restaurant. So I don't really mind that much. But yeah, I just want to. I'm obviously not going to trust my life to it. And anyway, you don't trust. I mean, the thing about that is that I don't actually trust my life to it anyway because you know it's not like I don't have sights on my gun. It's not like putting an optic on your gun. It's just a toy. Right?
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, lasers can be useful. Hey, G-Webs, good idea, bad idea. Lasers on your carry gun. There you go. Put it in the show notes. Um, but yeah, I mean, it can be useful when you're in a weird position or you're injured or it's dark or whatever.
Yep.
Because you can like peek around the corner and just poke the gun out where you can't. You're not actually behind the sights. You can like hold it up over your head, look at the laser, and then shoot.
Oh, the most useful part of it is the light, probably more than the laser. That's. But I just want to see, you know. The other thing is, you know, that if I do get an expensive one and actually carry my gun with it, then I need holsters for it because it's not going to fit in a regular holster with a light and laser on it.
Right. That is true.
So I just want to check it out without, I don't know, because they're really expensive. The good ones are at least. Uh, and I've been thinking about it for a while. I think we talked about it about a month ago here.
Oh man.
I don't think the day is too far where they're going to. I mean, when I look at Chinese knives, you know, like folders or whatever, like this, and the quality that you get from them. Not if you pay $10, but if you pay, let's say, $30 or $40, um, and how far they've gone in the last 10 years, basically from being complete junk to being actually useful knives. So I'm gonna say, I don't know, maybe in 5 years you can buy cheap lasers and lights that don't fall apart when you shoot them, when you shoot your gun. Reasonable prices.
Cat of the day.
Uh,
I missed the Daily Show. Sorry.
well, you fail.
I had to take my dad to take some tests. Health.
Well, I guess that's forgiven.
What's on tonight?
Hit or misses on tonight. And was it Armaluger Armory is on. And
I thought
Big
that-
Gunner.
Guys were from Spain when I first saw that. And then I saw some guys from Alabama in there. Right?
Why, is that a place in Spain or something?
Yeah, Andalusia. Yeah.
Man, that's going to be interesting. They're
I
going
wonder
to talk
why-
about the Spanish weapons.
I wonder how that name came to be.
Well, aren't there Andalusia mountains here? I think there are.
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, fuck, they're so expensive, these things. That's the bitch.
Hey, that's not the cat of the day.
Cat of the day.
I thought it was a different
Oh.
cat a second ago. You playing
Yeah.
bait and switch?
Bait and switch.
They're all cats. They're all the same anyway.
Nah, they're all different. They got their own weird temperaments. Little.
Yeah, they all have bad temperaments because they're all cats.
That one is cool. That black one is cool.
Nah, I'm allergic to cats, so I hate them, like, irregardless of anything else.
Elvis is cool. People give away cats. Meow. Meow.
What's
Oh,
the
man.
difference between all of these Streamlight?
Cat of the day.
All right, cat of the day.
I don't know what the difference is between all the streamlights. Probably brightness and stuff.
Like all the, all the TLR2s or whatever.
I don't know. I don't really know a lot about lights, so I would just pick one and go with it. Call it a day.
Well, yeah, but they're $280, so. Hence why I bought a super cheap one just to try it out. 'Cause that's a lot of money for something that you're not sure if you want or not.
Right. No, I get why you did what you did, but I'm just saying when you start looking at, like a real one,
Yeah.
I don't like, as long as you're getting a decent one, the difference between one model or another, I can't imagine is that much. And I would look at lumens as probably the biggest difference between all the different models.
Yeah, I'm a heretic to the Church of Lumens. I honestly don't think it matters if you have 200 or 300 or 800 lumens on your, especially on a gun, on something that goes in a pistol. If I'm using my pistol light to shoot somebody, he's probably fucking close. I'm not like,
You can blind somebody.
yeah, but I've already drawn my pistol. I'm probably gonna shoot the motherfucker. I don't care if he dies like blinded or not.
Yeah, but if he's blinded, he might not be able to get a shot
Drawing it.
off back at you.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and that's a. You agree with me that that's not a huge consideration though. Like that's like okay, cool. Um, are there any other companies except for? Oh, you don't know. You said you don't. It's not your thing. Never mind. I'm just bothering you. Trying to figure out if there are any other companies except for Streamlight and Surefire that do a light and laser combination.
I'm sure there are, but those are kind of the big ones. Those are the popular ones.
Yeah, I'm looking like if there's like a mid range option somewhere. Let's see.
Hey, Smeggy,
So,
do you remember those ads that were on TV?
I'm not quite sure what you just said. I heard, "Do you remember?" and then nothing else really.
The bang, 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 bang.
Oh, the yeah.
Yeah, that was
Remember the
awesome,
one?
man.
I had one that well, there was one that went, wait for the beep. You got to leave your name. You got to leave your number. Wait for the beep. I've had that song stuck in my head all day.
Huh. I don't really know what you're talking about, so I guess it's not stuck in my head.
They used to sell cassette tapes, so you could put on your answering machine.
Oh, like funny answering things.
Yep, and that was one of them.
I remember the one that was on Seinfeld. Believe it or not, George is not home, so leave a message at the beep. Believe it or not, I can't get the phone. Where could I be? Believe it or not, I'm not home.
All I remember is that rap one. Wait for the beep. You got to leave your name. You got to leave your number. Wait for the beep. Beep.
Huh. Man, answering machines, that goes way back.
Yeah. Now everything is digital.
Yeah, I mean, there's still voicemail messages, but
We got an answering machine on the phone.
I think
I don't.
after I play with it and like check it out and everything, I should like have someone film me while I'm shooting it with like while I'm shooting the gun with it to see what the fuck happens to it. Because it'll be hilarious if it holds up.
I don't know where you all live, but it's beginning to feel nice outside.
It's getting kind of chilly where I'm at.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still nice, but it's borderline. Like at night, it'd be nice to have like a little hooded sweatshirt or something.
I'm in
Yeah,
Florida.
like 70 or 80.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was in the 50s last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the thing about the weapons mounted light though is it's manipulation. So if you've got to do some cumbersome effort to get it to go on or off, then that's not really going to give you that much of a familiarization with how effective they can be. But if you can, I guess, assume that, just going around your house and seeing what it can illuminate, I think people that have walked around with a weapons mounted light can appreciate that more than people that think it's just another thing to buy or an accessory that is unnecessary.
No, I definitely see the advantage in it. It's just because they're so expensive. I'm like thinking about it. But like, if they were like,
Have you ever shot at night with one on there?
I have never shot a pistol with one on.
But you've shot a rifle with at night with a light on it?
Yeah.
Well, then you know what I'm talking about. It's just that ability to, people think, oh, a light, I can see my target. But what you can see with a good light is what's around your target, what's in your peripherals, really. And,
You can see your sights.
Yeah.
That's the big one. You can see your sights because the target is lit up. You can see the silhouette of your sights. So for close-up work, you're fine. You're pretty much fine. Yeah. No, it's definitely a good thing to have. It's just that fuck me. I mean, they're just really expensive things. The nice ones.
If you're going to be around in the dark or in the dusk, which is morning and evening, and then at night, or in a dark room, like a room without windows, why wouldn't you want every single advantage possible? So I can't see having a gun with me that doesn't have a light on it.
So you carry a gun. You have your carry gun has a light on it.
Yeah, I carry a big ass gun, but I would have a light. I had a little gun too. Especially they make the frame mounted or the hand guard mounted or the trigger guard mounted lights from Crimson Trace. They're LED, but again, I would want to know when I'm having to pull a gun out on.
I mean, I guess I could cut the cost down by not having a laser. Maybe I don't really need a laser. The light, I feel like the light is but that said, I've never used a laser on a gun before, so I don't know. Maybe I got it wrong.
I only own lasers on the little ones, so that if they're not practical to try to aim anyway, like a little NAA revolver, those are perfect for lasers because they're a pain in the ass to sight anyway, and you're only shooting them at short ass distances. So if you're shooting balloons or if you're defensive shooting, that laser is totally applicable. Same thing applies to the 25s and the 380s and some of the tiny 9s that don't have accessory rails or anything that can hold a real light. So if you can get just some light on there, I'd rather have that than a laser. But lasers on little tiny gut guns are totally useful. But then they have to be ultimately reliable because that's the kind of gun that's going to be in your pocket and, potentially smacked out of your hand and picked up again or something. So I don't want no cheap thing on there. It has to be super strong, like trigger guard mounted, something that actuates with like your non-trigger finger, but with a shooting grip. So I don't want to have to fiddle with nothing. I'm not reaching in front of the trigger guard. It has to be at some kind of pressure switch that I can apply pressure when I want it. And then that's the only lasers I deal with. The other ones I only have because I think they're neat and I play with them, but I wouldn't carry a laser on a full-size gun. Unless it was at night. If you're going out at night and you got night vision, whole nother conversation.
Yeah. No, I read you. You're right. So it's something to add to the list. I'll get that cheapo one. Just play around with it. I'll take it to the range and shoot the gun with it and see what happens. I'll have someone film it to see if it literally like disintegrates.
Yeah, I would definitely say that like I said, don't shoot it till you get to play with it a little bit first. But G-Web's brought up that good point. Have you ever like walked around your house at night and just tried to see stuff, and then walk around your house at night with the light on? You know, like just see what. Now, obviously, it would be different if you get a $16 one is probably nowhere close to the same lumens as a good one, but at least give you an idea. Like, oh yeah, I can see down the hallway, and I can, you shine it into the room, but you can see the doorway because it kind of bounces off the wall or whatever. Like, that's the thing. You kind of want to light up your whole area that you're trying to figure out, where somebody is. Because maybe they're hiding behind the couch, and if you have like a super pinpoint and you can't see anything else other than the little spotlight, you might not see them.
No, that shitty $16 one is like 200 lumens. 200 lumens is. Lumens are kind of deceptive too, because you might have a shitty. Like it might be completely non-focused, or, I mean, it's not as much as optics, but it's still one of those things where when you pay very little money for it, it's usually really garbage. Like, I have no doubt that it's garbage. I literally bought it, and then like I immediately said, I can't believe I just bought such a piece of garbage. But I was like, $16 shipped, who cares? I'll take it. I'll fuck around with it, and we'll see. Because then if I get a good one, I also need to get a new holster. I'll have to have a polymer holster. I can't have a. I guess I could go and get a custom leather one made. Now G-Webs can lecture me that actually I shouldn't have a leather holster anyway. So.
Well, why not? What's wrong with leather?
And I know he likes plastics better.
Yeah, but he also likes plastic guns better. So, I mean, can you really trust his opinion?
Oh, no, I 100% trust his opinion. It's just that I think that the margins are... First of all, I think that plastic guns make a lot more sense in most cases. I just don't like the way they look. So I'm like... And since I'm sure that my non-plastic gun is just fine for me, I decided to carry a metal frame gun specifically because I like the way they look. I don't think my gun is any better for being. It might be because it's a CZ, and the metal framed CZs have been around for much longer, so CZ got to work on them for more and get the kinks out. But I definitely think polymer frame guns are the future for most users. Just I don't like them. I mean, I'm funny that way. If I could own, like if I lived in the U.S., I might carry some really funky things around once in a while just for fun.
You think polymer is the future because of the weight? Or
because of the weight, because of the cost of production.
Yeah.
Because you can replace them. Like you can get guns with polymer lowers, and if you don't like the color of your polymer lower, you will go to the store and buy a new one. Like we used to buy parts of our Nokia phones when we wanted a different color. Because I just happen to think that it's a more versatile material, but I just think metal guns look better. I think a nice Beretta 92 looks a hell of a lot nicer than any polymer gun out there, or even my CZ looks nicer than a Glock. But that's a personal opinion. It's not like you can't take that to the bank. Unless you're CZ, and then you can definitely take it to the bank because they're making a hell of money out of people like me.
Don't take it to the bank. You'll be in trouble with the security.
I'm gonna be happy when they come up with earth-friendly, recyclable polymers, and then that way they can just make polymer frames that like last maybe 5 years, and that way it's done. If it's left in school yard or something, can just go back to the ground. It can be recycled into the plants.
It's a very strange thing to want to happen. I don't want my gun to disintegrate in 5 years.
I want it to have a 5-year lifespan, so that any of those guns that people try to hoard will just disintegrate.
Hey, don't give the gun companies any ideas. They would love if you had to buy a new gun every 5 years.
Biodegradable gun.
Where are we going? Are we going on a trip?
That's a socially responsible change we can all get behind.
Yeah, we're going on a trip. We're actually outside my house.
We did about 200 suitcases.
What about suitcases?
It sounded like it was loaded suitcases.
Nah, I was taking smokes out of my car.
Don't smoke.
If it was daylight, I would switch to my phone and show you around because it's not such a big place. I could like show you the whole. I could show you the whole town in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. But
if you had a light on your gun, you could have done it, even if it was dark.
Ah,
yeah, I don't think my Wi-Fi extends to the entire town though.
Like, why is that guy walking around with a gun like that? Oh, he's showing his American friends. Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
have a question. Can you get a cheeseburger with bacon in it? Or is that wrong?
can I get it or can you get it in Israel? I don't understand.
Is there a
Not sure.
cheeseburger place nearby?
There is a place with hamburgers with cheese nearby. Yes, I think there is actually.
Oh.
But not all places would have it. Most places wouldn't because it's like not kosher or whatever.
So it would be kind of hard to find, but I'm sure because there's a lot of people that don't listen to that. Like they just eat whatever the hell they want anyways.
So
So
it still can't be together.
Most I mean, bacon is kind of a bigger no, I guess. Than like, there are a lot more people that would eat dairy and meat products at the same time here than people that would actually eat pork. But I eat whatever the hell I want. But I don't think God cares what I eat.
No, he's okay with it. I think the law was made so that people would be safe because there was no refrigeration. I think that was
I
the
think-
problem.
I think the law was made because people back then were mean motherfuckers and they didn't want us to have fun. But I don't really care why it was made because it was made 3,000 years ago and I don't live 3,000 years ago.
That's the problem. They had no refrigeration.
Anyway, yeah, you can get a cheeseburger. I mean, I live in a very small place now, so you can hardly get a hamburger anyway, but the city I lived in before had any kind of food you can imagine probably was there. Now, I live in the middle of nowhere, so it's a little bit more difficult. Like if I wanted a pizza right now, there's nowhere that's gonna deliver pizza at 1 in the morning here.
Wow, man. Hardcore. Hardcore. You were watching the debate.
Okay. Mm.
I'm worried about my lawnmower.
whenever a politician opens their mouth, a box of ammo gets its wings.
Yeah, I really like. I should have like sent all my money to my relatives in the U.S. and told them to like
Buy ammo.
buy a bunch of guns with it and like 5 months ago and sell it now.
Is there really a panic going on? Or
don't
Somewhat. I mean, I don't know if it's real, but there's definitely been. I saw all day today in the chat and stuff. People are like, "Well, I just went to the store, had to buy more stuff." I try not to do that kind of shit, and I also wouldn't want to be the type of person that, sells at a higher price on purpose. Like that's just me personally. I don't care if other people do it because it's a voluntary transaction. If somebody is willing to pay $2,000 for like a basic AR, and you are willing to give up a basic AR for $2,000, then there you go. It is what it is.
free market.
Right. I personally don't like to go out of my way to do that. Like I wouldn't buy a bunch of shit now just thinking, oh, I'm gonna purposely triple my money,
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I happen to be selling something for whatever reason, and that's how much people are willing to give me, I'm not gonna like be like, oh no thanks, I'll give you some of your money back. Like, nah, dude, I'll sell it at market value.
I know what you mean. I used to have a van, and a guy came up, and he offered me $9,000 for it. I said, okay. I paid $750 a few years ago for it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So either there's something wrong with his brain, or he knows something you don't know. Like
Or
it's some type of super collectible van or something.
Or he had like a bunch of buddies, a bunch of dead buddies he had to transfer immediately,
It was a Volkswagen van from 1964.
Oh, okay.
Those
Yeah,
things.
so there you go. So there was something in it that it was worth it more to him, whether he had a project in mind or whatever.
Yeah.
He wasn't just some batshit crazy person walking down the street with.
I was picturing like a mini star or something, or a wind star. There's like $9,000 for that thing. Like, okay.
Still a good deal for him. I mean, $750 turned to $9,000.
Right.
Stunned. I missed it, but it left a pretty good stack of money behind. Part of that's going to go into another van. I need a modern van, which is what he should have done. I'm not a collector. I see things that's old and that's new. I would put $9,000 towards the new one, but that's me.
Well, I'm guessing that he probably can afford a new one and the old one at the same time.
Who bought a new van?
Good. G-Web's heard van. He's like,
Yeah, no, someone bought his VW van a little bit ago for like $9,000.
I'm still stunned.
How long ago was this?
Watch it. You see it on the Barrett Jackson auction for like $2 million because it's some like special VIN number, like Jerry Garcia's personal van. They tracked it down.
Hitler was born in it or something.
It's a collector's market. People like collectible things, and he knew what he was doing because he has a '52 Beetle and a truck in his yard. I saw it. He said he took a picture of them and showed me. So he knew what he was doing. He was not crazy.
Right.
But,
yeah. There are things that have value that is not like inherent or practical. Like there's, that's the whole collectible market in general. Like a toy from the 60s, you might think, oh, this is an old crappy toy and it's half broken. But someone else is like, oh, it's like the only one left in the world, so it's worth a lot of money,
What year was that van?
'69.
It was a 19, and it was Model 4.
64.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It was nice
Straight.
from like 100 feet away, but the closer you got, the more sense you saw.
Was it the one? Was it the ones with the one with the whole van done with glass, like it had
No,
windows?
that's deluxe. That's the one that with the windows go all the way around. Those are a lot of money.
Well, yours was quite a bit of money too,
On the
apparently.
split windshield?
It's a
That
split
was-
window.
Oh yeah, those are worth a ton, dude.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, everybody does. Well,
So it sounds like more not that that guy overpaid for it. It's that you extremely underpaid when you got it for $700.
Yeah.
You got a screaming deal.
but that thing was on. We have a classifieds thing, and that thing was on for months, and nobody wanted it. And my friends who have already seen it said, "Hey, you should get that." So, I said, okay. And back then I had it.
Oh, don't click on the link that Pink put in there.
That guy might have been giving you a hand what it was worth. 18 grand it could have been.
Holy shit! I mean, this is again, this is what people are asking for. The one dude, a '63,
Yeah, well
and
look
it's
at
got
these.
all the windows and shit for $99,900.
Gosh.
They're all restored and stuff.
They were
Yeah.
restored. This
Yeah,
was
they're-
original. I did barely anything to it. It's original paint.
Some people like that better. I mean, it just depends, you know.
Yeah, some people go crazy for original paint.
Well, you can restore
saw-
a car. You can restore a car back to its original paint as long as you use the paint that was originally used, unless it's like red with lead in it and stuff. Then you can't fully restore those cars.
Right, but people can still kind of look down on those. I know a guy, he was big into collecting bikes, you know, like old Schwinn's and stuff.
Yeah.
And he would always fix them up just to like make them look nice. And there were people going like, "Nah, dude, like the
Even-
original paint, even if it's chipped, is worth way more than if you just buy like a brand new gallon of paint and paint it."
Yeah, but was he fixing
Like
them up to? Was he fixing them up to sell them, or was he keeping all of them?
I think he was wheeling and dealing. He's got quite a bit of a collection.
But anyway, I mean, it's the value of these things, like the value of a 1960 something van, is in the eye of the, basically of the like whatever someone's willing to pay
Collector.
for it. Yeah, but there are different. There are different
Yeah.
kinds of collectors. Like I really like old things, but I don't actually care if it's
The guy might have wanted the van because maybe that was like a VIN number, that was like some crazy VIN number, and that's it. And it was like rare, and it said boobs or something, so it was $9,000.
Nah, there was
No.
nothing special about that van. It was
Okay.
cool. I loved it, but I liked the money a lot more. I was
Yeah.
stunned.
But that's awesome, man. That's good. So you got the money, he got the van, everyone's happy. Capitalism,
Happy.
yay.
And I don't have to hold for the top dollar, but that's cool. No problem with $9,000.
I got a
Especially
problem.
when sorry.
I got a problem with whoever this was that was hoarding these bicycles that you're talking about.
Yeah,
Right.
what about him?
That's environmentally irresponsible,
Uh-huh.
downright criminal. All those bicycles could be out being used by people as an alternative to fossil fuel vehicles.
Uh,
It's like
And
So now you're saying that he can't be a bicycle fleet owner?
no,
He's
that's
a
all.
super owner.
He's a super
Yeah,
owner.
Bicycle super owner. What gives him the right to keep all those bicycles off the street? That's basically polluting.
yeah, you don't need an arsenal of bicycles.
All those poor people have to drive around in smog pollution.
Did he have any black assault bicycles?
oh, bicycle.
Little poor kids laying on their back pretending they're riding a bicycle, all because this guy wants to hoard them.
They don't go nowhere that way.
They just close their eyes.
What an evil bastard.
Well, he was going to like bike shows and stuff. Like he was way into it. He had a bunch of cool stuff.
When I was growing up, one of my neighbors would pop out of his garage like once a month on a unicycle, and and just ride around and do crazy shit. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. What are you?
Catch one of you
Was this
kids
guy
and then go
clown?
back in for another month.
No, but there was another guy that would bring out a bike that instead of handlebars, it had a steering wheel on it. But it was just like a regular old bike with a steering wheel, and he would let us ride it. I always thought that
You
was
must
like the
have-
coolest bike ever.
Yeah. I was gonna say, as a kid, you probably thought that's the most awesome thing in the world.
Yeah, I did.
It's just like driving a car.
I don't know if anybody remembers, but in the 60s there were these things called skate bikes.
That sounds familiar.
And all I know is I've seen them. The Monkees rode them on the TV show.
You know, every time I picture that scene of the monkeys riding those things, I picture segways now. Like the
Huh.
monkeys are riding segways. It's the Mandela effect.
Well, anyway, I was gonna say I like old things, but I don't care if they're actually old. I just like the vintage look of them. Like it doesn't actually matter to me if
I like old things, but there comes a time where people pay crazy money for things that I don't really see why they give them that value. Like Generation 1 Glocks, right? Those are expensive.
Well, there's not a whole lot of them, I guess, and some people will find the appeal in having the very first generation of Glock to be imported to the United States, or actually the first Glock. The original Glock was like the P80, or something. That was like its military designation in Austria. But yeah,
yeah, no, I
like
get
one
the
of those.
I get the value of it. The value of it. I mean, it's like it or not, it's a groundbreaking firearm. It opened up
But it
an
has no
entire
light rail.
yeah, but it opened up an entire market and whatever. You know, I don't think they're buying them to carry them.
Some people do.
No, I mean, that's the other thing. Like I was saying, I was saying before, like if I could own a bunch of guns, then sometimes I would carry really straight. Like I wouldn't mind carrying a Luger PO7 sometimes, just for PO8, just for the shits and giggles. Like I wouldn't feel horribly underarmed or anything. I could carry that for a couple of days, just to have something different.
I would like the C96 broom handle.
Yeah.
So I can make a Han Solo pistol out of it. That'd be cool. But I guess those are collectible.
Those are probably highly collectible.
There's a replica maker that makes non-firing versions. That might be the only way to go.
Yeah, but then you can't kill ISIS with it. What's the
Yeah,
point?
I don't know. Collectors kill the fun out of everything.
You're just saying that because they have money to pay for it, and you don't. I'm sorry, man.
Well,
And it's fine. I'm in the same boat as you are. I also don't have the money to pay for it, but that's the only reason you're upset about it. If you were like a millionaire and you could buy all the broom handle Mausers you want, you would be like hoarding them.
mhm.
I think the free market is
Capitalism.
Some things are made to be collected, though, and then like released in sequences.
like venereal disease.
Ah,
Like Beanie Babies. Maybe they weren't at first meant to be collectible, but as soon as people started collecting them, they were like, "Oh shit!" And in that kind, one like 500
Yeah.
of these kind. There's gonna be
Cards.
rare ones and cheap ones.
Like I remember as a kid, every year there were some
that's
other
sad, but
cards.
those-
Some other cards that kids were collecting. You would go buy cigarettes for your parents or whatever, and pay a little bit, and get like a pack of cards. You never knew what kind of cards are going to be in there.
Yeah, I never collected. I collected baseball cards for a little bit, only because my dad tried to get me into it. But I switched that to. They were Marvel superhero cards.
Mm-hmm.
They had a big long series of that for like a couple years, and
I had a whole lunchbox full of Charlie's Angels ones.
nice.
Bet those are a lot of money right now.
The Marvel superhero cards were like baseball cards, so it would have the hero on the front or the villain, and then all their stats on the back. That's pretty cool. You get to like find out exactly how much the Hulk could lift.
A
Some of the
lot.
things were unknown.
Yeah.
I would say a lot. He can probably lift a lot.
Yeah, I forget how many. It was like
All of them.
700,000 tons or some shit. I don't know.
Charlie's Angels cards cost like $20 for them, like a whole series.
Were they wearing swimsuits on them and shit?
Some of them.
Yeah, I could
One
see it.
was, what's her name? The blonde one wearing like old timey cowboy clothes, like hooker clothes.
Farrah Fawcett?
No, the one that replaced her. One of the ones that replaced her.
Cheryl Ladd.
You know what? I
Probably.
did have swimsuit cards too, but they were like no-name swimsuit model chicks.
Is that
They
her?
came in packs.
Yeah, that's just basically porn.
I forgot about those.
You
I
can
had them
collect
in,
them.
I had 'em in a book and everything, like in the baseball card, the clear slot things.
Seriously?
Yeah,
What, like under your bed or just like
nah, just
laying
like
around?
hanging around, because like I liked girls. I really liked them. I still do. They're like
Yeah, I don't know.
Achilles heel.
I was born too late for like stashing porn mags under my bed and stuff. We already had internet. It was useless.
Internet
Just
goes
had-
down.
Oh,
Oh my
Wow.
god, the internet goes down, so one day I don't have porn. Actually, you know what? No, that is an emergency.
I got Cheryl Ladd's name right.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
And I wasn't a regular watcher of that show. I didn't like it.
The show's good. I like it.
No,
I
probably
saw
would
it,
take
but
like
The movie sucked.
The
All
new
the
one?
movies. Both. I think there was only two, right? Yeah, the Drew Barrymore movies.
no,
Lucy Liu.
I saw them both.
Yeah.
Nothing to write home about.
No.
Cheryl Ladd. I'm a regular repository of useless facts.
Not useless on gun channels.
Nope. No fact is useless here. Especially the Snapple facts.
Snapple.
Ever since I stopped buying Snapple, I stopped getting the facts.
I hope I didn't break my lawnmower today.
So nobody's calling Trump out on his fat shaming. I'm
Yes,
guessing
people.
because, like, you can't really call him out for shaming a hacker or an imaginary hacker.
he wasn't. He wasn't fat shaming. He was saying fat people can do unbelievable things. Like, they have
feet.
they have super capabilities.
That's one way of looking at it.
Fattest for you people to say that 400 pounds is fat. That's healthy.
Well, what if he was like talking about a big bodybuilder?
Yeah, you don't know. He might have been talking about the mountain dude from
Strongman competition hacker guy.
Game of Thrones.
Maybe it's a regular sized person with a 300-pound tumor.
Yeah, he might have a disease. It's
Or he's such a good hacker, he's a regular sized person with a 300-pound head.
Oh yeah, big ass brain, hacker brain.
Yeah.
I like
I
the
don't know. I actually thought that was one of his stronger jabs during the.
a fat person is a prosperous person.
Oh yeah. I don't care what he said. I'm just saying, like, I'm surprised I didn't see any of the social justice people whining about it.
I'm mostly disappointed she didn't have a seizure and die. I was really like rooting for that to
Man,
happen.
she's been playing everybody. She's like, I'm gonna act sick. Trump's like, I'm gonna act like I hate you, Hillary. That's why they can fight like they do on stage, because they know each other. They fight like that all the time. They're best buds.
You think they're banging?
EFFs.
Nah.
Think they're bumping uglies?
Think he's gonna stop? You think he's gonna cheat on his current wife with
I'm not,
fucking Hillary?
I'm not saying that every once in a while they're both in the office late at night and they dry hump each other on the couch or something.
Oh my.
You think we're ever gonna get that image out of our heads?
Like
His
I'm-
wife is hot.
I'm polite to strangers, but if you're my best friend, you're probably getting punched and called a fucker and a cocksucker every once in a while.
I gotta show you a picture that. A minute. Gotta find this first.
Oh, my kid's taking so long with my creamer.
Do you ever watch that movie?
I started to the other night, but then I had to shut it off because my girl wanted to take the TV over.
What movie?
Nah, okay.
The Man that has no subtitles, huh?
Yeah, it's got subtitles.
What movie?
Because I was watching it for like 15 minutes and they were just speaking Japanese, but there was no subtitles. I was like,
So-
what's going on?
The Man from Nowhere.
No.
It's Korean.
Watch that Battle Royal High School. Is that what it is? Or just Battle Royal?
It's just Battle Royal. That's the first
Confusing
one.
with the anime that I used to have. I used to have this movie called Battle Royal High School. It was anime. And it was pretty fucking cool. With the Battle Royal, that's pretty cool. Oh shit. It's like Hunger Games. The Japanese version.
Well, Hunger Games ripped that movie off, I thought.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
In the beginning, there's a chick gets shot in the neck with an arrow or a crossbow. And she's just walking over and saying, "What am I going to do now? What am I supposed to do? You're supposed to just lay down and die now."
This cat's pupils just got as big as his whole eyes. That's he's trouble.
He's tripping.
That's what he's like. Gets the overwhelming desire to compulsion to do evil things.
He ate some hallucinogenic bug.
Now he's hunting everything that is either moving or still in the house.
That meme of Trump that I just linked in the side chat fucking killed me. I had to switch off my mic. I was laughing so hard.
That applies to a lot of people.
I think someone with too much time on their hands made that meme.
It's funny though, isn't it?
I'll be right back. I gotta make sure my kid doesn't mess up my coffee every time. He uses sugar and the sweetened creamer. It's like double the sweetness.
It's amazing how I can actually hear Trump saying that just by reading it.
He promised me he wouldn't mess it up. And I promised him I wouldn't whoop his ass.
Well, I guess you both lied then.
Nah, he's a good kid. Good kid. I just found some old Mission First Tactical mag couplers that I had. Forgot I had them.
Mag couplers for AR-15.
Yeah. They suck. I have like mag assists on all my mags. That's fine. Thank you. Yeah. I have mag assists on most of my mags that are like at the ready, loaded.
Okay.
And I tried to put them on so I can't get the thing down far enough to where I can use both mags in one gun. Because it's still like,
How does the coupler? How does the coupler look? What does it look like?
it's a big old thing with two screws.
Oh, I know those. Yeah.
It's not like the little ones, the Magpul ones, where you just pinch them together.
No, I like the old IDF ones, but they wouldn't work with mag assists either.
What's a mag assist?
It's like a rubber thingy on the,
It's a handle for your magazine.
put on the end of your mag so you can strip it better.
Oh, I've seen those, like the little loop thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It adds grip to the bottom of it too if you want to use it that way. Like G-Webs flips them around the other way and makes little loopy
Pretty just,
long ways.
pretty just put the old ones that we had. The old mag couplers fit on the bottom of the mags, and then you would just put the coupler on and put a piece of paracord through the little hole in the bottom of the AR-15 mag and loop that, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm just going to duct tape them together, go in the opposite direction. So it takes a really long time to flip them around and reload.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
I'm going to do it with four of them. So it's going to be like a big Chinese Magstar.
No, no, because you don't have to. You don't have to duct tape them to each other, facing different directions. You can duct tape them to each other, facing both of them facing the same direction.
I have other mags without mag assists. I just didn't want to use them.
Just need to put a piece
I
of
have like a
something
shit
in
ton
there.
of P mags that are all still in the plastic, and you can use them pretty good on the aluminum mags. So I may do that, or I may not use it at all because I never really liked the idea or the switch them over real fast. I don't know. It just seems easier to drop a mag and put another one in. But they're not attached.
Then why'd you get it?
I think I won it off somebody on YouTube in like a giveaway.
Oh, okay.
I never ordered them.
So you didn't like go out of your way to get it and then be like, I don't really like these things.
Yeah, no.
I'm trying to find a decent picture of those.
These are old as shit too, like 5 years ago. So back when Mission First Tactical was barely making anything. I don't even know what they were making back then besides these mag couplers. They didn't have stocks. They didn't have nothing back
No. I usually feel like the old stuff that I used is the best stuff. And all these strange plastic contraptions look odd to me, but that's probably because I didn't really get to play around with them too much.
Like old toys?
Was Raphael da Vinci or what?
In London lies a night Pope interred.
What?
Turd? A Pope and turd?
That's racist.
Pope is a turd. No, Pope interred.
Okay.
Let's see.
It's like when a corn is in your turd.
Corn is in the turd. Corn it's not corn.
Raphael, are you having a seizure? What the fuck are you talking about, man?
It's a movie prop.
From the Da Vinci Code or something? Or is that from the second movie?
No, this is the first one.
First movie, okay.
Oh. I was genuinely confused.
It came in a collector's Da Vinci Code thing. I found it I found it cheap, and it's a good movie. They have a store here called Big Lots for things that don't sell, so they bring them in there and sell them at really good prices.
I'm heading over to Big Lots in just a couple minutes here.
I like that store a lot. They got good chips.
They took away my Big Lots.
What?
They
That wouldn't
closed it.
that kind of shit.
They have chips
Yeah.
called salsa,
I get my olives there. I don't find no gluten.
olives. Mm. Those are my favorite corn chips.
You can
They
get
have the dip already on the chip.
free alternative kale chips.
Hmm. And they also have good jelly beans called belly flops. They're the ones that don't make it into Jelly Belly because they're abnormal.
Because they taste like crap.
No, they're the same thing. They're
They're just shaped weird.
just seconds. Like you have two jelly beans stuck together, or
Like this jelly bean isn't oval enough. Put it in the bed.
they're not perfect.
They're
Really?
reject bag.
Yeah, again, I feel that's racist.
Would you say you only eat the perfect ones?
I only eat the beautiful beans.
The beautiful beans.
Those Winston beans are what's going to get cancer.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Kind of stuff doesn't happen on the primetime chats.
I hate when Amit's climbing through an air vent.
Fuck you.
That might be this. He has to skate through an air vent to get out to swamp.
Yeah.
So, guys.
Convenience.
Hi.
For all of us.
No.
Night strike. Night strike. Turn off the magic and say goodnight. You remember that?
We're gonna do the theme from Spider-Man.
No, it's Night Bright.
Yeah, night bright. Light bright. Light bright.
I had one of those.
Yeah, you can make a light bright of Night Strike's logo.
You could.
Like a Night Strike light bright.
You should totally have that done. With the robots and technology nowadays, you could probably make some sort of like computerized robot version of it where it puts all the colored things in, picks them up, puts them in. You just tell it what to do and sit back and watch the robot do all the work.
Yeah. I think they did have something like that in the late 90s.
They should have made Light Bright into a game instead of making it a stupid coloring thing. It should have been like some super space age version of Battleship.
Ooh. They have an electronic battleship.
Yeah, but that would have been like some like space age colorful version. And then maybe add Connect 4 in there somehow.
My little nephew has 4 or 5, I think 6 of those type of things. I think he's collecting them.
I used to collect the wooden ones when I was a kid. Wooden, like,
Battleships?
popular games that were wooden. They had a battleships. That was like my third one.
Cool. All I know is the plastic ones.
Night Strike didn't come here to talk about fucking board games.
There, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you came to talk about board games.
No, I came to talk about Battleship. Battleship sunk.
From my battleship?
I
Battleship?
sunk your battleship.
B4.
A6.
I always liked when people would try and cheat and like move their things around to stuff you already guessed. And you're like, what the fuck, dude?
That's not cheating. That's sound tactics.
No, that
Dude.
sounds like they're when you find out, you get to knock all those ships out.
Yeah, except when you're both drunk and you're trying to play Battleship at the same time.
Oh,
I've
have you
seen that
guys
happen.
ever played Battle Shots? My neighbor,
Yes.
well, my old
Yes.
neighbor, he was like a woodworker guy, so he actually made a bunch of little boats. Well, they weren't that little; they were actually like maybe the size like a remote control or something. And then drilled holes out and actually put shots in like where the pegs would be. So every time someone hit your thing, you had to take the shot.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, but I mean, and it was like a big, like you could set it up on like a kitchen table or something. He had a big divider and, you know, same thing with a big grid, and you put all your stuff on there.
Wow, he was really putting a lot of effort into his alcohol problem, wasn't he?
I wouldn't say that, but it was a hit at the party.
I would just say he was dedicated to having fun.
The only thing he needed, it wasn't great to like keep track of, you know, like what the hits and misses were, like because it was just wood, you know, that went vertical, and it had the grid on there, but it's like, what are you gonna do? Like put marker on there? Like it's just wood. So I suggested getting some dry erase board, and then like painting the grid on, but then just using like the markers to be able to like put an X or a check mark or something,
What
so you
game
know
was
what the
this?
hell you were doing.
Tic-tac-toe?
No, Battle Shots.
Oh, Battle Shots.
I think a better idea would be to have some sort of a giant size grid system that you would put out in the room. And then wherever there was a shot that was fired that was a miss, you'd have to put some like bikini model in that spot on the floor.
That would be cool, but I don't know any bikini models.
You'd have to have some first, right?
You'd only need 64 bikini models in order to play, but it'd be worth it.
I mean, I could put on a bikini if it helps.
Well, you need 64 for each side, though,
That
right?
ain't right.
That doesn't. That does not help.
Does not compute.
Admit it does not help.
Let me just say, my battleship just sunk. Thinking about that.
That's not nice. You've never seen me in a swimsuit.
That ain't right.
I've seen enough of you to know I don't
We've
want
seen you on webcams. Don't even say it.
Some
I'll do
of us have this thing where it doesn't matter how hard we try or what we do. When we hear something, it automatically creates a visual picture in our head.
Yeah, me too. That's why I said it to fuck you off.
You mean like
Sears
hump and
itself.
like Hillary and Trump dry humping?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, that sounded like someone enjoyed it.
Dry humping.
I'm
and
laughing my ass off.
Raphael, are you
on each other.
gonna be at your bunk?
How did not like that picture, dude?
I think the exact opposite. I think he needs to get a new pair of shorts or something.
I think he needs to be alone for a little while.
Switch off that cam. Put some soft music on. Some candles.
Somebody,
Oh, Jesus. What has this become?
I think this is candlelit channels.
Photoshop some pictures of Trump and Hillary triumphing.
light a candle. Turn off the lights. Turn on the radio.
Oh, he's doing it. He's putting the candles on. Just don't forget to switch off the cam, please. Oh, I got to see some tank shooting today. That was fun.
Cool.
Yeah. Got this mail that they're going to do a live fire display for the public, so I went. There were a bunch of kids there. They take like kids in the 12th
Use them as
grade.
target practice? What kind of monsters are you over there?
No, we don't use Jewish kids as target practice. Anyway,
Using any kids as target practice would be bad, in my opinion.
well, that's just your opinion. You're infringing on my freedom of religion, so.
That's
You silly couldn't as a target.
just like your opinion, man.
That's like
Oh.
just your opinion, dude.
No, they do these 10 days every year where they bring like 12 kids in the 12th grade that are gonna like join the army next year, so they bring them out there to show them all the tanks and guns and things, and they put in a show for them. So I went to see it. It was kind of funny. The tank was shooting, and all the kids were like screaming and covering their ears, and I was just like trying to sniff as much as the burnt powder. I was getting high off of it. That smell is great, you know. The smell after they fire a live tank round. That's awesome.
Some high quality shit.
It's some high quality shit, man. And they weren't, you know, they weren't cheap. They put out probably 7 or 8 of those and a couple thousand machine gun rounds. They were just peppering.
Wow, they spared no expense.
Oh, and they fired and they did artillery shooting, so they did 155 millimeter, which is kind of cool to see because you don't get to see that often. It was cool. Kids were happy, except
Radical.
their ears were ringing, I guess, but I can't hear shit, so. And they do that thing where they hook up the tank radios to speakers, so you can hear them giving the orders, which is always cool.
I don't know, man. I don't really like tanks. We should have mechs already. Mech
That's-
suits.
You mean giant battle robots?
That's never gonna
Yep.
happen, though.
What?
for a
What?
For a bunch of science, it's never gonna happen.
What?
You mean we'll
gonna
never have Gundams? Oh
Yeah.
man.
You'll never
We're
have that.
gonna have them.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to trust me on this because I don't feel like digging up like the mountains of bullshit that have been.
I know one thing we're going to have, and we almost have it.
Technology.
We almost have this already because the military is already prototyping this stuff. But we already have what do you call it? Power armor.
Oh, you can have
I like this
exoskeletons.
stuff. Yeah.
Like the like the exoskeletons they're test prototyping and testing right now to lift heavy objects and whatnot. Granted, it's you have to have it connected via cable right now, but eventually they'll figure out how to run one of those things off of batteries.
Dude, eventually they're gonna figure out how to run it off of your fucking brain. And you're
They've
just
already
gonna
got
wear this helmet, and you're gonna be inside this huge mech that has it's balanced just like a human being because it's running off of your equilibrium.
They've already got Gundam type machineries. It's over in Japan. It actually, it's got, of course, fake guns on it.
Oh
but,
shit, Pink! Where did you come from?
I've been in here.
Yeah, you can have.
I came from Mommy and Daddy Pink.
You can have you can have a giant walking robot. It's not that you can't
From a
have
stork.
that.
Well, actually, Japan already has a giant robot. It's called what? The Kuritas or something like that. And they've got guns on them. But the thing is, since they can't have real guns in Japan, they've got airsoft guns on them instead.
But I mean, it's got a eyesight targeting system. Wherever you turn your head, that's where the guns point. Everything else. I mean, it's a pretty neat little armor type robot.
It's all good, but it's never gonna be. You're not gonna make a thing that has legs. That it's never gonna be efficient armor wise. Like there's a reason why.
This is like
Well, who says it has to have legs, dude?
best time
It
to
could
say
be-
never say never.
It could be like a battle mech that has like tracks or something.
Oh yeah, that
It
you can
might
definitely
float
do that.
around, man.
That's what this one has. It's on wheels.
Oh,
Yes.
on wheels, you can have it on wheels. The problem is with legs. Legs don't work for machines, for giant machines.
Oh my god, I've seen robots run.
Yes, but you haven't seen
Robots
60-ton. You
climb
haven't
up
seen.
there.
You haven't seen 60-ton robots running at 45 miles an hour. That's what you haven't seen.
I'm still waiting for that
Yeah.
giant robot fight we're supposed to have. The American robot. This is more like Mech Warrior style versus that Japanese robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys remember that? It's like, what do they call it? The Megabot Mark 1 or
Yeah,
something like
it was
that?
supposed to happen like 4 years ago.
No, it's supposed to happen like a few months ago.
I mean, like they mentioned it 4 years ago. Seriously, look back on how long that thing's been like.
Well, they're building
Going
giant walking fighting robots, so give them like a slack. Like they're allowed to be behind schedule.
Those ones
There,
look badass too.
That video I put in the side there, that's the one that they've got over there.
Yeah, that's the one that's supposed to be in that fight.
Tracks are just better.
Yeah, look at the date. 2012. 4 years ago. Booyah. Booyah. I don't like her shorts. They're pretty high.
This is the challenge video we sent to the Japanese. That company you just linked, Pink. That's the challenge video, and that's from June 30th last year. So technically, they were supposed to have it this year.
She's like, hee, giggles. No smoking. Fuck you. Yeah, get out that bitch if you see smoke, flames, or anything like that. The Kratos. Well, I want one.
I've been disappointed in Japanese robots since that tsunami happened.
Yeah, couldn't they rebuild Japan faster?
Yeah, and couldn't they had robots that can stand radioactivity?
It's pretty hard to build anything that can stand, meltdown. Because
But they
we're
had a mild
we're talking about heat that is almost as hot, maybe hotter than the actual core of the planet itself. I'd say as hot, a little cooler than lava or magma, but still pretty damn hot.
But they could have stopped the whole thing from going catastrophic if they had a robot that could.
Well, you see, when a nuclear reactor melts down, it doesn't explode like a nuclear weapon. It basically pulls in on itself. Okay,
Yeah,
that's why they call it meltdown, because it basically creates a giant radioactive hole in the ground.
Yeah, but before that, they had no cooling happening, they had a diesel motor that ran for a few hours. While that was going on, they could have had a robot go in there with a fuel can and top off the generator.
That's not the reason. The problem is they were trying to. My friend was over there, and he was a nuke in the Navy, and he said pretty much what happened is, you know how every nuclear reactor is supposed to have safeguards and safety systems and tests and whatnot? They didn't build their reactor to specification, and to have all those safeties in there, they kind of half-assed it. And because they did that, they couldn't prevent. They were able to stop the reactor from melting down, but by the time they did that, too much radioactive water had leaked out from the plant into the ocean that it was too late.
And they also
Did
had
you
the
see in that
generator.
video? They had a water bottle rocket launcher kind of thing, and they were all like, the whatever targeting system lacks the ability to rotate. You will occasionally hit the target. I thought that was pretty funny. No one saw that part. Okay, fine.
I was laughing at the smile shot.
I skimmed through it.
Get
Oh,
the smile shot, which is used in Japanese porn a lot too.
Pink, when did you turn into Flippy?
I'm tired. Give me a break.
I mean, I expect that shit from Flippy, but you, man, come on.
Pink is the OG Flippy.
Oh shit, maybe he is.
Flippy's dad.
With better gun.
Wow.
Non-terrorist country.
Pink's the guy that banged Flippy's mom outside of a truck stop in 1992.
Damn, your Flippy's dad?
That's possible.
I'd be proud.
I just got to the smile shot. Make sure not to cause a shooting spree by smiling too much.
Hold on. There's a dark pink and there's the good pink.
Yeah, sometimes we blend together. Sometimes can't tell us apart. You know how the mind works.
I wish the gun. I was hoping the gun store called me and said, "Your Glock's in," but they didn't.
Yeah, I'm waiting on my C308.
What'd you pay for that?
You're
500.
waiting on your C3PO?
It's not bad.
No, my C308 rifle. I bought a Sentry.
You get it? Who'd you get it from?
I got it from a
Local.
gun shop that had it listed on Arms List over in Ohio.
Okay.
It was my avatar all night last night because I was screen sharing it.
I think I saw it.
I mean, 500 for a 308 rifle, even a Sentry C308 is a pretty good deal. Because I've been trying to get a new one. And the thing is, every place wants like at least a minimum of $699 for it, and then people who have them used, they want like $900 for them in the area because they have like 20 mags with them. They don't have any other accessories other than mags. It's like I can go out and buy 20 mags for like $15. Because those mags are super cheap right now.
Yep.
I just bought like 10 of them today. for like $10.
So I've been out and busy all day at work. What are the major news outlets saying about the shit show known as debates from last night?
They're actually saying that they were the most qualified debates ever in the history of the country.
You mean the most successful debates?
Well, they said the guy that was running them was the most qualified guy to moderate the debates.
I don't know. It sounded like Hillary Clinton knew all the questions beforehand. You know, she knew the questions he was going to ask beforehand, whereas Trump was just kind of guessing.
That's because she's an alien. She's psychic. She knows what was she knew what was coming.
It's because she's very experienced and she was well prepared.
Because she had an earpiece.
Dude, don't say she's experienced. I don't want to know who she sleeps with.
No, I mean, all her experience is in fucking destroying the fucking world, but she knows the policies, she knows the issues. All her ideas are shit, but she has a bunch of ideas, and they're pretty detailed shit. And
I'm going to say something really bad and stone guyish right now, but it's really bad when the Jews don't like Hillary.
Why? Why should I like? I don't know why it makes sense that we would like her. Unless you're talking about like liberal American Jews that don't count because they're
they
fucking
don't
idiots.
count because they're not real people.
No, they're not. I'm sorry, they're not.
I know they're not. I'm not arguing with you on that because
They're not not even real Jews as far as I'm considered.
I tried to have a discussion with a liberal the other day, and they won't even acknowledge that you are allowed to have your own opinion. You can't have your own opinion. You only have to have their opinion or nothing. And that shit don't fly with me. Because it's called the First Amendment.
They are as fucking delusional as the rest of these people, and they don't understand shit. So
The delusion, it doesn't quite describe it. They are in denial of life and reality.
yeah, okay, but on the other hand, I have to say that he really has to like have prepared answers for shit, and like when he doesn't know, because I don't like him, but I'd rather see him win. And when he doesn't know what he's going to say about something, repeating when he was talking about law and order, that was fucking ridiculous. He was just saying random sentences with the word law and order in them. Like 5 or 10 sentences. That was his answer to the question. He didn't say shit.
Well, he's like all scramble-brained.
You know,
Yeah.
though a lot of people are saying that he won that debate.
I don't know who's saying that. I don't know. I feel like
I think that debate was more of a tie, if anything. If we had to mark score, I think pretty much it was dead even.
I might have had too high expectations of him.
I don't know. When he totally missed out on the nuclear policy, I was like, holy shit, this is
You
bad.
got all those generals support, those generals and admirals and high military officials supporting you. You didn't take time to ask them about nuclear policy. I'm pretty sure those are the people you talk to about nuclear policy.
Well, no, but that's not even the thing. The thing is, okay, I understand. He doesn't know about current U.S. nuclear policy because he's not in the administration right now. So, okay, so say something. You know, you can find ways to talk about a subject without touching the fine details and also not sounding like an idiot. And he failed to do that. And I don't know.
You want to know what the most Googled search was during the debates?
What?
It was how do you register to vote in Spanish?
Oh, dear God.
Wow.
I'm guessing not because Trump is getting a huge boost in his Latino support.
Well, the real clear politics says it's virtually unchanged. The polls are virtually unchanged so far. I wouldn't
So
Even
neither
count
one
polls so
swayed
close.
one or the other.
But I wouldn't gauge these polls so close to the debate. I would wait
Yeah, you
like
need
at
to
least a few days.
Do you think most people have already made up their
Wait to the
minds?
end of the week.
I think most people have.
I think like if he can steer the ship off the rocky shore in the next two, I think he can come back from it a little bit. But if he has two more debates like this last one, he's going full speed, just like some Marlins pitcher right into the rocks.
Obama lost the first debate against Romney.
Yeah, he did. So I mean, there's two more to go, and maybe we'll get lucky and she'll have a stroke. So.
The next one's going to be the town hall one where they get like the fucking staged questions from the audience or from the whatever town hall goers.
Who might be moderating that?
The guy Anderson Cooper and some other guy.
Wolf Blitzer.
No, it's not Wolf Blitzer. I never heard of the other guy.
Are we not like getting a debate where the moderator is not a raging leftist?
Yeah, we're getting the last debates are on Fox.
Right. Yeah, I guess like look, I don't think anyone who's going to vote for Trump is now going to vote for Hillary because of that. But I'm worried that he's got his momentum that he picked up in the last couple of weeks might get stomped.
Yeah,
And
that's
again,
more. You might get people that possibly would have voted for him that were just like, fuck that guy, I'm going to stay home. But I don't think Hillary swayed anyone to her side, and I don't think he swayed anyone.
She wasn't super impressive. She
No.
wasn't.
But she held her own, I guess. And I hate saying that.
The most impressive thing about her was that she didn't because I was genuinely thinking that she might actually not be up to it physically. So
That's what I was waiting to see her collapse, but she prepared more than he did.
she looked like she can go for another 30 minutes.
And he just looked like he just got frustrated and just kind of rambled on. It was like, oh Jesus, just stop, So.
But again, it might be because we had higher expectations of him, because a lot of people think that he's like a complete idiot and doesn't know anything about anything, so they might have been pleasantly surprised because he was okay on foreign trade and stuff like that. It's just when it came to other aspects of policy, he just doesn't know. The guy, he's just not very well. I don't think he gives a fuck, he's not interested in these things genuinely.
I honestly think he never thought he would win. And then he was like, "Oh shit!"
We know that's true.
Yeah, and then now that he's winning, he's got to pull his best, apprentice performance ever. I mean, the guy's not, foreign to television, so I mean, he should be able to pull it off. I mean, just at least hold his own, not go down
It'll be hilarious if he actually wins it. You do realize that, I mean, he may very possibly well not win it, but if he does win it, they're just going to fucking have liberals are going to be jumping off buildings. It's going to be hilarious.
Well,
It's
I mean,
one
the way that whole culture. I mean, look at BritX. No one thought that Britain would leave the European Union, and once it happened, people were like, "Holy shit, this actually happened." So I mean, people all over the world have that kind of attitude right now. Screw the establishment and kind of go, towards the other direction for a while. So I mean, I think he's got probably a 40% chance of winning. I mean, it's really biased towards her, just the way that the country's laid out. So.
Yeah, no, it's definitely the odds are stacked up against him. But then again, no one told the Republicans to fucking nominate him, so you know.
Do you think that he got nominated because he knew what the party wanted to hear, but not what could win? You know what I mean?
No, I think he got nominated because a lot of the party was scared he was going to leave and run third party and screw over the more establishment type Republican candidate, which I don't think would have happened. But it was really weird. They put up a bunch of really like established rhinos, rhinos, Republicans in name only, and people they're kind of tired of it. I think they don't want to give a big
Yeah, which is why they should have nominated Cruz.
I voted for Kasich.
Yeah, I am not a fan of Trump at all. I'm probably going to vote for him.
I think considering her lukewarm performance yesterday, if that was Cruz instead of Trump, that debate would have looked completely different.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that too, but I mean, you gotta race with the horse you have.
Yeah, the problem is you don't have a horse; you have a bitch and a fucking monkey.
Yeah, we got a donkey instead. So yeah, it was. It sucks. You know.
And then you have the Trump army of truth, those hardcore Trumpists. That every time I come into interaction with one of those people, I kind of feel like, well, at least if nothing else, if he loses the election, I get to make fun of those people because those people are fucking dumb.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like the people that like explain to me that Donald Trump is the next, like, the new fucking
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan. Someone said Churchill. Come on, people, shut the fuck up.
I always think of WWE wrestling when I think of him. He's like, the Jerry Springer crowd pushed him to the spotlight, and that's who we have, which really sucks.
Fuck, I can't stop looking at these lights. G-Webs, what have you done to me? Where is he? He left, right? He left.
Awesome. He has to go to the store.
Yeah, he has to go to the store, and now I want something that costs $300. Awesome. That's ridiculous. That's almost like half the price of my gun itself.
You looking at Surefires?
Streamlights, but whatever, they're the same price.
Have you checked out Phoenix?
I have not. Wait. Hang on.
Decent quality.
What else? Wait. Hang on. Through an air vent again. I mean, they're all around the same prices, I think. I'll check out Phoenix or whatever, but
Get a TRL.
yeah, but I don't want it to be like a huge bulky thing that I'm gonna.
They're not too bulky.
The TLR one.
Yeah.
How much is that gonna cost me?
I don't know how much it costs and is
Nah, I'll get it outside of the
like
country.
$100.
Yeah, 100.
You can get 800 lumen one for $139. You can get a TRL2, which I think is a more compact one. I'm not sure. I don't know much about the stream lights other than it's the only other light I would buy besides a Surefire for my gun rail, dust cover rail. Thinking my jiggy, but they're like half the price of the Surefire. But a lot of people like them. And it's a buy once, cry once kind of thing, you know. That streamlight's not gonna fucking break or fall off your gun while you're shooting it and shit. Especially that gun.
Yeah, it's not a 44 Magnum.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I'm sure one of them streamlights is like so compact that it doesn't even go past the barrel.
Yeah, they have like a super duper small one.
And I think like the cheapest one is like you can catch them on sales for like $89 or something.
What's the name of that super tiny one?
I mean, I got one for my second AR because it's friggin' $99 with the pressure switch. And my Surefire setup on my other AR is like fucking $350 setup, basically. It's brighter though.
No, I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing any gun lights on Phoenix.
Was that Pro Steel? I think he's saying phallus or phallics.
No, Phoenix. I'm not seeing any gun lights on my phallus either, but that's a whole different story. Oh, I see it now. I know. I'll get that. When that cheap thing arrives, I'll see how I like it. But now G-Webs has me all scared. What if the bad guys come at night and I don't have a light?
Just get any flashlight and put it on it, like tape.
Yeah, that'll work until the slide goes back.
Well, you just gotta X-Acto knife the slide after you're done taping it.
Use the other hand.
You gotta cut the slide and the frame.
Yeah, no, I got it.
So you can rack it. Stuff. The light will stay on there for like one shot.
I'm gonna see. Yeah, you only need one shot if you're good enough anyway, right?
What kind of light did you get?
I just got some cheap ass fucking $16 ship Chinese piece of shit.
It might be good.
What?
Is it a Nebo?
I have no. It's not a brand thing. It's just. I'll link it.
Yeah.
No, I just got it. I just got it just to like play around with it and see if I like it.
It might be good.
No, it's definitely not going to be good.
No. It will shine light.
Yes, but the question is, after you shoot a mag through your gun, is it not going to fall off it? Which I don't believe it won't. I believe it will absolutely 100%.
This
Fall
thing's
apart.
gonna self disassemble itself.
I absolutely 100% agree, but it's $16 shipped, so I don't really care. I mean, you know what I
This
mean?
guy's
Like,
got it on a 1911.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's an airsoft gun.
An airsoft 1911. Okay, hold on.
Loctite everything.
And it's fine. I mean, if I put 100 rounds, let's say, if I put 100 rounds for the gun with that thing on and it doesn't fall off, I'm gonna like be super surprised. I don't think that's.
Let's put a little bit of Loctite on everything. Not the super strength one.
Oh, I don't. What do you mean Loctite? The thing itself is gonna fall to pieces.
Oh.
It wasn't. I don't think it was built to be on an actual real gun. They say it was, but I don't believe that for 1 second. For $16 ship, no way, man. But again, like,
All right, where was I? Oh yeah, the self disassembly of this. No, I don't know. It might hold up. Might surprise you.
Those Chinese people can build things.
Yeah, I can hear myself. Stop it. Stop.
Why are you muting me? They can build stuff, but they can't build stuff that fits on a gun and doesn't fall apart for $16 shipped. I refuse to believe that is possible.
It's probably made for like airsoft.
It probably is, but like I told like I told Smeggy before, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play around with it. When I'm done playing around with it and deciding if I want to get an expensive one, I'll take it to the range. I'll have the guy hold the camera on me, and I'll shoot 100 rounds and see what happens. If it doesn't
It's
fall
not so
apart,
bad.
if it doesn't fall,
$60 isn't nothing to lose. Isn't that much to lose?
yeah, and think about it that way. If it doesn't fall apart after 100 rounds, like if I can't see that it's cracking or becoming wobbly or whatever, you know what? I'm fucking fine with it. It's good enough because I'm not going to war with it. So if it works, I don't think it will. I don't think it's going to survive 100 rounds.
I look forward to the results.
Yeah, I mean, best case scenario, it survives. Worst case scenario, we have a video of me shooting a gun and suddenly the flashlight just falls off, which is also funny. So they're selling a bunch of like Streamlight and Surefire looking for like $20, $16. They got it. Do they make Surefire and Streamlight in the US, or are they also making that in China? The actual production of it, I mean.
What happened to the lobby? Everybody left.
Maybe they're watching
Charge my phone a little because it's dead. It's dying. think I should sell my shotgun and buy something else. Flippy, you came just in time for all the quiet.
Yeah, I decided I wanted to come in and partake in all the quiet.
So much quiet.
Never enough quiet.
got up to get my charger. Did I miss anything?
Nope.
I thought maybe I missed something major. Left everybody speechless. All right.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna sell my shotgun.
Yeah, do it.
I just don't know what to get instead of a shotgun.
Glock 34.
There you go.
When the fuck did I get this email? I got that email at noon and it sold out
What is that?
at like 12:05. Who the fuck was it?
Palmetto deal.
No, it was a SP 5K.
Oh. Which one do you have? Oh, you want the HK one?
Yeah,
No?
I have
The
the
real
Zenith
deal?
one. I want the real deal Holyfield.
What's up with the thing on the front of that real deal Holyfield?
It's just a nothing.
Does it say you can hold it all the way down there? Like, what the fuck? It's got like thumb prints on it, like thumb indents.
Because it's dumb.
Well, what would cause them to make such a dumb feature?
What are you talking about?
I don't know, because for some reason they decided they're like, hey, yo, we don't, for reasons, want to have what the fuck is this? A badass charging handle. Who the fuck makes that?
I have no idea.
Who makes the super badass charging handle?
I don't know. It's not a Battle Arms charging handle, is it?
Like, it looks like a Raptor charging handle with a different shape.
It might be a Battle Arms. You got a link?
I'm linking it to the side. What was I saying? What words? Oh, I don't know. What was I saying? I don't remember.
I don't know either. But I remember what I was gonna say. I was charging handle bolos. blows.
Yeah, it's weird.
Now I forget my words and what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, that SP5K doesn't have the same bolt as your clone, probably.
It should have all the same parts. The only difference is it has a different barrel and it has a different magazine release. Like, it doesn't have the paddle mag release because H&K doesn't put that on their semi guns for reasons I don't know.
Well, you may be able to swap the bolts out. Like that part might be unaffected, but I think there's like a difference. I read. I can't remember what the difference was.
Oh, is it to like prevent it from being able to go full auto?
I think so.
Because in mine, I have a full auto bolt. There's a block to where you would put the full auto sear
Yeah.
that you would have to then like mill out, and then you can put in your sear. Yeah, I wish H&K put on the correct barrel and the paddle mag. That I don't understand why they didn't do it, and it annoys me. So they're like, nah, we don't want you to silence our gun.
Those guns with the subsonic and suppressor, pretty awesome.
Oh, you mean those guns that make negative noise?
Well, you can just hear the bolt moving around.
It's so quiet, it actually takes noise away every time you pull the trigger.
Things. You go deaf a little? No, that doesn't make sense.
Not like if you're shooting the gun while the dog was barking, the dog's bark wouldn't make noise. Like if you fire the gun
So
while
it's
you're flushing a toilet, the toilet wouldn't make noise. It just takes sound away.
Surefire does make a 22 can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surefire makes a 22 suppressor.
Surefire. Yeah,
I saw it in my gun shop once.
they make it.
I saw you couldn't find it last night on the chat.
No.
Lobby.
He was asking for handgun caliber suppressor or silencer.
It was a 45. They don't make a 45. They make a 9mm and a 22. The rest are like rifle suppressors.
Yeah. Fucking Knight's Armament makes a 45 silencer though.
Yeah. They're the funnest because subsonic.
Yeah, and that was the one that Solid Snake used.
Did he use a USP with a suppressor?
Nope, he used a Mark 23
Oh, yeah.
with a Knight's Armament silencer.
I like the idea of suppressing a 380 or 22 short, like suppressed pen gun, or maybe like a 25
I like the idea of,
Auto.
yeah, 25 ACP, motherfucker. Strongest there is.
You ever see Casino?
No.
Oh, well, Joe Pesci, goes into this politician lady's house and pops her in the head, point blank. He, puts 3 bullets in her head. I think it was a 25, but they called it a 22 caliber killer on the news. They're the 22 caliber killer strikes again. But all it did was just go in there and scramble her brains up. But he wasn't classy about it. He didn't have no suppressor.
He just stuffed a pillow onto her face and then went blatty blat blat.
No, he just stuck it to her temple. Went pop, pop, pop.
Well, sometimes you need to be hearing safe.
I guess her head suppressed it. A 22 short suppressed pen gun would be fucking awesome.
Seems like a lot of work just to, I don't know, murder a banker.
Murder a banker. Why would you want to do that, Flippy?
I don't know. Jews?
Well, that's not the right answer.
Is there a right answer?
It's because they're taking over the planet with their bankster banks.
Part of the banking planet from Star Wars. They're all weird spagoogly people.
The central banks owned by private bankers controlling the
Central
flat-
banks of evil.
Yeah.
Dude, there's never enough
Never enough banks.
yeah, never enough banks. We need more banks.
We need to break up the banks.
Nah, we need to
Because they're all
make
glued
more
together.
banks.
I don't understand what Bernie meant by breaking up the banks.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. He wanted all the young peoples to get together with hammers and to punch the bank with the hammers until the bank gets broken up. Yeah, they wanted him to break down the banks. He's like, Mr. Gorbachev, you gotta take down that bank.
I felt they were stuck together. Because
Oh, the banks had some kind of horrible
all the
super glue
hooker
accident?
money, all the stripper money was making them clump up. So you had to break them up. And that was what's causing all our financial economy problems. Banks were stuck together. Or they're still stuck together. Because Bernie didn't break them up.
Bernie, why didn't you break up the banks? We needed it. Much like Trump, why didn't you go for the kill? We needed it.
Pulling punches. You know why? Because they're on the same team. Maybe they're trading place in us.
Nah.
They got a bet going. They got a fucking bathroom bet going for $1. Neither
I've-
one of them cares who wins. The best of buds.
Nah,
He's a plant.
dude.
He's a plant. He's a plant. Look at that fucking pathetic excuse for a debate last night. He had so many chances.
I wasn't.
And he
I
didn't even
wasn't
have
aware
to.
that Never Enough Ammo joined the chat.
He
with
didn't
Yankee.
even. Dude, stop and frisk. Stop and frisk.
Dude, I
It's a
can't.
no-go for me.
I can't tell where Never Enough Ammo begins and where Yankee ends right now. I'm not gonna lie.
What are you talking about?
I mean, you're being like both of them, some kind of weird human centipede version of both,
All right, I get it.
bro.
I get
I wholeheartedly feel like Trump's like lady handler was like, "Yo, you need to fucking tune it back."
No, man. What is up with stop and frisk? Why didn't anybody stop him and tell him that, duh, idiot? Nobody wants that shit. Nobody wants to stop
Yeah,
and
nobody
frisk.
wants it because it stops criminals. That's awful. It's not stop
Yeah,
criminals.
it's stopped a lot of Jews in Germany.
Dude, it also prevents the black people and the Mexicans from being criminals. Because, you know, no police officer is going to frisk a white man. They'll be like, oh, we don't.
Well, that's the
need to do
problem.
that.
They're going to be like the TSA on the streets or something. Gonna be frisking old ladies, frisking babies and shit.
Yeah.
Nah.
They'll be like, yo, you need to walk through this metal detector to get into the grocery
Fuck
store.
that. I thought he understood the problem with the Democratic Party and how they destroyed the black communities. And that's like a band-aid. That's not the solution.
No, he wasn't saying that was to fix the black communities. He was saying, yo, we got to keep our police officers safe and our streets safe by taking guns away from, like, criminals.
No, law and order.
Yeah, law and
Law.
order. We got to take guns away from criminals.
He said exactly New York style stop and frisk. He said it worked in New York. Worked for Giuliani.
Well, did it work
Yeah,
for
it
New
might
York?
have worked.
Did it work for Giuliani?
Did the end justify the means?
Yes.
No,
100%.
never.
Nah, like, if the ends justify the means, it's worth it.
Yeah, where does it end? When is
It
it
ends
when your
with-
mom's getting frisked?
Well, then maybe my
Fine.
mother. Then maybe my mother shouldn't. Then maybe my mother should have thought better before being a minority on the street.
Yeah. Trump had me until the stop and frisk. I seen it. I seen it coming because it was on Hannity. He was on Hannity talking about it. And I was like, this fucking dumbass is gonna bring up stop and frisk. It made her look like the constitutionalist in the fucking debate. She's a weeble wobble up there.
Yeah, I saw that last night too. I'm like, what the fuck was that? My wife was like looking down to like get some salsa. And she's like, what was what? I'm like, fucking Hillary just started doing like the wiggle, like she turned into a wiggle worm out of nowhere. She was just like, ha 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 ha. Watch as my old lady tits wiggle about. I'm like sitting there. I'm like, please stop it. And my wife looked up at me. She's like, what's happening? What's going on? What did I do? I'm like, nah, Hillary's wiggling and making weird faces. She needs to stop it. It's like disturbing me. Honestly, Trump did fine for his first debate and like a real big boys debate. He could have blown that thing a lot harder.
Yeah, I don't think it was that bad.
Like just the sheer fact that the first half of it, like was great.
Some
Like-
of it was good, and he made her look bad, in some ways. I don't know. I'm gonna wait till Friday. Look at the polls Friday. If they still haven't changed, then the fucking debates didn't do shit for either, or for the people, undecided people.
The next debate, that should be an interesting one because either A, Trump
Who's-
learns his fucking lesson and learns that he needs to be more Trump. He needs to bring the Trump level up a bit.
Yeah, but these are going to be questions from like so-called regular people in the audience. So I don't know, and they're always like staged or like hand-picked people with fucking questions that they already pre-screened or whatever.
Yeah, but I feel it. I feel it coming in the atmosphere. Oh, whoa.
It's gonna have a Muslim stand up and be like,
Trump, why do you hate us? Why do you think? Why do you want to send us all to the gas chambers? And then like the fucking black dude's gonna stand up, and be like, Hillary, this question's for you. Why is your heart just so big for the black community, and why are you the greatest white woman we've ever met? And then go back to Trump. Trump, why do you want to build a wall made of dead Mexican children? Why are you trying to round up all the legal Mexican children and murderize them and turn their bodies into mulch for your wall?
mortar babies.
Yeah. Hillary, tell us how your foreign policies are working and why you're so great to hire out for parties.
The next one's October 9th on a Sunday.
Fucking some dude just brings up a jar of pickles like, Hillary, can you open this jar of pickles for me?
And she does it.
She just fucking, yeah.
There you go.
Without a pop, just like click. It's like, there you
Yeah.
go, sonny boy. Enjoy your delicious pickles.
It's gonna be huge. I was kind of underwhelmed, I guess, with the debates last night. It wasn't as huge as I expected it to be.
Yeah, there were some funny bits to it, but all in all, I feel
Pretty
you.
boring.
Yeah.
All right, so I need a Glock 34.
Like, towards the end, I was just kind of like, can this end already, please? I need to get on to the Never Enough Ammo chat and hear about how Trump is, like, worse than Hitler.
Well, this is what the town hall one is, where like some dumbass gets up and asks about guns.
Yeah, and then Trump be like, guns? I love guns. Guns are huge. Look at these guns. And he starts, like, fucking making muscle poses while pointing to himself. And I tell you what, I tell you this. Ain't no silencer you can put on these guns. Just like Hulk Hogan, like, tears his fucking suit off.
Yo, Hillary was wearing red and he was wearing a blue tie. I should have made bets on Vegas. They were taking bets on all that shit.
What? What colors they would wear?
Yeah. I probably would have lost money, but whatever. Whatever.
Never enough bad bets.
Never enough degenerate gambling. Sell my shotgun, put that towards the 34. Sell a kidney, then send it off to Terran Tactical.
You better sell 2 just to be sure.
What if I just pawn shop my kidney? Be like, I get this back in a month. I'll give you your money back. Plus the interest fees.
Never enough hobo kidneys. Although I did watch a small bit of an interview today when I was at the sandwich shop picking up a sandwich. Trump's like, "Oh, I won that." He's like, "I won that debate. I won that debate so hard, we're just gonna keep winning. I'm gonna follow up this win by another win, and I'm gonna do exactly what I did in that debate in the next one, and just win just as good." I'm
Yeah,
like
his
sitting there, dude. I was sitting at like the sandwich shop, being like, "Please, no." Where
His Facebook post was like, I won the debate.
it's like, yo,
Donate money.
yo, blonde lady, blonde Trump handler. You might want to like come back out here and fucking fix this shit.
Well, the country's really undecided on who won. I mean, a lot of people say Hillary won. A lot of people say he won. That's why I'm counting on the stupidity of America to get him into office. Because we got smart people that have their reasons for getting him into office. They don't want Hillary. Then we have morons who support Hillary and the Democrats, but they're going to have a low voter turnout this time, I think.
Well, then you just
'Cause
have
they're
evil people.
millennials.
Well, yeah, they're
Evil people.
the fucking people lost their like folk hero, so they're like, "Well, I'm not gonna go vote. There's no fucking point in me getting time off my work to go vote, or time off from Twitter to go vote."
Yeah, I forget where I was going with this.
And then you have evil people who want to just watch the world burn, so they vote for Gary Johnson.
Well, you know, really, Hillary, she did not really give any policy.
No, she doesn't know about policy.
Her answer is go read my book. Who the heck's going to go read a book?
These people are going to read a book. I'm posting it to the side. These are also the same people who vote for Gary Johnson.
I'm talking about the stupid people that like support Trump that are like, yeah, stop and frisk.
I mean, I, being a white male and privileged, am not concerned about stop and frisk because it doesn't apply to me.
Yeah, I understand that, but one day it will apply to you.
Am I going to turn
Patriot Act and the NDAA? It could all apply to each and every.
I mean, how is it going to apply to me? I'm not going to turn into a Muslim. I'm not going to turn into a black man. I'm not going to turn into a Mexican. I'm going to never not be white, so it's okay. It's all right.
And you'll
They'll
probably
be like a
always be legal.
constitutionalist. They'll be like, Look, a constitutionalist because he's white. Let's
Like,
get him.
nah, I don't even believe in the Constitution. I only believe that
Let's
I should have
frisk him.
guns.
He's got a pocket constitution.
Please.
Let's frisk him.
I mean, if you're walking around the pocket Constitution, you really do need to be frisked.
He's got a fur jacket on. Frisk him.
Hey, my fucking fur coat is classy, motherfucker. It just exudes class. Although I was disappointed because today was not cold enough to like walk around in a fur coat.
I probably have like the same weather you got right now. It's like cold in the morning. Well, you wouldn't know about mornings.
What's a morning? What's that? You mean 2? At like 2 o'clock?
Nope. It's nice out then. By then. Yeah.
Either way, I'm excited. Life's going to be great, bro. Trump's
excited?
Yeah, dude, Trump's coming. It's happening. Plus, I was watching an interview with Trump's son with the Silencer Co. boys. And legit, like, Trump's son's like, yeah, no worries. Everything's going to be wonderful. My dad's going to make it so, like, silencers are off the NFA and, like, instead of food stamps, you get, like, silencer stamps. And I'm like, yes.
Silencer stamps.
Yeah, you know, like you get, so you don't feel embarrassed. You'll get like a little credit card looking thing, and you go to the silencer store, and they'll swipe it for you, and you're allotted like 2 free silencers a month as a part of your welfare program.
Well, this sounds too good to be true.
So I'm like, yeah, Trump, fucking bring me my silencers and freedom.
Yeah. If Trump wins, I'm going to write a letter to him 60 times a day to pass the Hearing Protection Act if it comes across his desk.
Dude, look at this face.
The panda face?
Nah, my screen share face.
Yeah. He's gangster.
Dude, it's happening.
If this was like 1982 when Trump was running, they would be calling him Trump the Chump. Man, we don't want that Trump the Chump.
Yeah, but now it's like 2016. It's now hop aboard the Trump train. It trumps all others. Only a chump don't like Trump. Fucking hookers are walking around with signs saying humps for Trump.
Man. Clumps for Trump. Trump clumps.
Don't clump the bump, trump them humps.
I think if you just get a Glock 34 and rub the edge of it on the ground a bunch of times, you can do that little cut yourself. Just like grind it off on the cement.
On the pavement. Fucking gangsta style. You do a bunch of like crack cocaine and you just sit out there rubbing it all day long.
And you get bronze paint, but you keep forgetting to
huff it.
Paint your barrel because you're huffing it the whole time.
Mm-hmm. That's how you get the gangsta fucking crack cocaine dealing Terran tactical special.
You got like bronze all around your face and shit.
You look like fucking Homer Simpson.
You're looking like.
Did you ever see that fucking picture of the dude who sits there huffing paint and it's like his mugshot and he's just sitting there with like a big fucking gold ring like around his fucking mouth?
Yeah.
It looks like he has like gold 5 o'clock shadow. It's the greatest.
Yeah. They had like a documentary about it on HBO a long time ago. And it was like kids, like little kids, 8 years old and shit, 6 years old. And parents, like this town, that's all they did was like go and steal paint or buy it and huff it. And they would have like blue or whatever paint. They had like a preference.
Yeah, it was always like metallic gold. Apparently, like the metallic shit is like hardcore.
Trying to take a picture like this is hard. Bingo. Bingo. That's what I say when I make a good picture.
Nice. Oh yeah, I lost out on the third Vickers Glock. While bidding, I fell asleep. It went to $700 and I didn't win it.
That sucks. There'll be more.
Yeah. I'll get one.
People be like, I'm sick of my brown Vickers.
I want to get a regular Glock that isn't brown. Yeah, I still have about 2 more months until like my silencer I should be allowed to have.
How long has it been?
I bought that shit in May. I bought that shit like May 5th, I think.
So
May
like 5
2nd?
months.
Yeah, so I should be like 2 more months away.
So is that the average?
When I did it, the average was about 7 months.
Ouch. I see my state just legalized them to hunt with. So I'm kind of thinking about one now.
Dude, there is no item better suited for hunting hookers than a silencer.
Well, I'm not going to be hunting hookers, but I'll be hunting deer.
You don't alert the other hookers.
Yeah. Instead of only bagging and tagging one that night, you can get a whole like gaggle of hookers.
I'm afraid that'd get me in too much trouble.
Not with the silencer, no one will ever know.
Need too many years for that.
Dude, I was listening to a primary and secondary podcast the other day because those people are wonderfully funny. And like, one of the characters was talking about how subsonic ammunition with the silencer is actually useless. And he was explaining, he's like, look, I've seen it not work plenty of times where not only did it not kill the person it hit, it then made that person really angry that they got hit. And he's like, now not only is that person like on the ground screaming like there's no tomorrow, it would have actually just been quieter for you just to have popped that dude with normal fucking bullets and then moved on your way than to hear like some dude like screaming for his mother.
Well, they didn't do it right.
It was very entertaining.
Well, to make a subsonic bullet, you back powder out, right?
Well, yeah, so you have less whatever with whatever, so it makes the bullet like weak. Weak like Hillary's stance on being president. So, Robbie, were you good friends with your neighbor? Like, really good friends? But yeah, like, the silencer I bought, perfect. Sublime. It's going to quiet down my gun to the point I don't need ears or hearing protection. So I'm like, that's good enough. I'm not going to run subsonic bullets through my gun. I don't want to give the hookers a chance to alert the other hookers.
Well, in hunting, you're not going to run subsonic bullets either, and that's what I'm thinking about, building a 450 Bushmaster and silencing it. In the counties I live in, straight-walled pistol cartridges are legal to hunt with now.
I don't know. According to Dianne Feinstein, you can hunt people. I don't remember her exact quote because it was really stupid, but oh yeah, actually I do. You're required to have magazine limits when you're hunting animals. Why shouldn't it be any different for people?
Well, that's true because you're required to have a 5 limit mag. That's the difference between using on the 450. You'll have to buy a special mag for it.
A little bit.
Couldn't you just be held to like the honor system and be like, yeah, I only load my 100-round beta mag with only like 5 bullets?
They won't take that.
Like, you couldn't just be like, yo, this I tell you, I'm white. I'm trustworthy. Look at my skin pigmentation. You can tell how trustworthy I am.
I guess in the worst case scenario, they could count them too, but they won't even do that. But very rarely do you ever get more than 5 shots off. I've hunted with a 5-shot shotgun for years, and 2 times maybe.
I can guarantee you I'd pump off more rounds than 5 rounds. I can get those 5 shots off. Like, I picked up a 75-round drum for my AK, so whenever I go hog hunting, I can take that with me. Like, if you shoot it enough, eventually it'll go down.
I've always thought that might be fun, hunting hogs.
Yeah, I need to get like an SBL 1895 so I can hunt dinosaur. Bow, bow, down, wiggy, wiggy, wow. Words. Take me on. Take on me. Sha-la-la-la-la. Secret. Dark Souls. Weapons.
Weapons.
I need the secret Dark Soul 3 weapons. Tell me, VodiVidya, how do I do these things? So yeah, my wife and I, and like this other family that my wife and I know were out at dinner the other night. And like the fellow was talking to me and shit about guns because at one point they got brought up and he's like, man, it's crazy. And I'm like, what is? He's like, everyone now has a gun. Like, he's like, it's insane. He's like, the other day, my cousin came into my house and he's like was dropping something off in the kitchen and his shirt got pulled up and I'm like, yo, you got a fucking Glock on. You got a gun. And his cousin's like, yeah, of course I have a gun. Why the fuck wouldn't I? And he's like, well, do you really need that? And he's basically like retelling this conversation he had with his cousin. And I'm like, well, for one, it's Texas. Everyone here has a gun. Like, secondly, I have a gun. I'm carrying a gun right now. And he's like, that's crazy. I'm like, yep, 100%. But it's awesome. And he's like, well, how about we go shooting this week? And I'm like, sure, whatever. I'll bring whatever the fuck you want me to. He started laughing. He's like, well, how about an AK? And I'm like, all right, I'll do that. And he's like, what do you mean you'll do that? I'm like, I have AKs. I'll bring an AK. And then he got like all excited, like a little kid. And he's like, holy shit, I'm going to fire off an AK and be like the champion that we need, but not the one we deserve. He's like, what else do you got? I'm like, I got ARs, I got shotguns, I got handguns, I got like all kinds of things. And he's like, bring it. Bring all of them. I'm like, what am I bringing? He's like, all of them. Bring all of it. And I'm like, all right, I'll bring fucking everything. So at some point this week, I'm going to have to go out shooting all kinds of guns. Jeff, stop it. You're breathing again.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Knives.
Stop breathing.
Yeah.
He has to breathe.
Yeah. To live.
He could try harder.
I don't like this font. classy enough.
Boobies.
Yeah. I used to like this supermodel. Her name was Petra Nemkova. You ever hear of her?
Nope. I'm assuming she's British, though.
I don't know what she was. I forget what she was. She wasn't British.
Nah, she's fucking Russian. She's either Russian or Ukrainian.
Yeah. Well, she was fucking hot.
Mine was Vita Guerrera.
It's hard to resist using the Prisma. I'm afraid all my followers will be like, hey, buddy, we're sick of seeing these cartoon guns. Fuckface.
Dude, I can assure you right now that Stacy's mother does not have it going on.
She did in the video.
The one I know doesn't.
Oh.
Hey, Flippy, did you make that meme?
Which meme?
The one you got on right now?
Nope. But I found it. I found this meme.
He discovered it.
That's just as important. If not, that's actually more important. If I didn't discover it, it means nothing.
Nice.
How the fuck do I get the Twin Prince's greatsword?
You don't.
The fuck you playing, man?
Dark Souls, motherfucker. Do you
Can't afford
even praise the sun?
Nope.
I gotta snap seed this. Remove some blemishes. Okay? It's called healing. Jesus used to do it. And now I can do it on my phone.
What is that crazy weapon?
That's not good. How do I undo? That doesn't fucking help. Okay. I can get closer. Maybe not.
Yeah, this fucking song's great. It was the fucking bane of my wife's life when she was younger. And when it actually came out.
Son of a bitch, man. I got that song stuck in my head.
I found the Petronym Kova Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
but it's made by fans.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty deep. Oh, I just hit the end of it.
It's so deep. Oh, here's the bottom.
Man, she was hot.
Yeah, I guess she was hot.
Well, she still is. Looks like the top pictures are like her now. She's aging nicely. She's probably younger than me. She looks like a different girl in every picture. A different hot girl.
Is that even possible?
Yeah, she's
To be
a
like as
woman
old
of a
as you?
thousand faces. Do you think I'm that old?
I have no idea. Talking mad shit.